Well, we've got a website, Central Hall Grimsby. All of our events are on there. There's a nice little history about Central Hall. Obviously, it's been around for a very long time, 86 years this year. So the trust has been in charge for 30 years now. So it's just, all the events are on there. It's just about saving the building, and we're always in need of volunteers. The trust are all volunteers. We only have 3 members of staff now. So that's box office, a caretaker and a cleaner. So any way that anybody can come and help out, just with maintenance, odd jobs, stewarding at events. Obviously you get free tickets, you can see the event if you're stewarding, working behind the bar, the coffee bar. We're always in need of help. It's just such a huge building, there's always something to do. And we're always grateful for everyone's support, and we will look after our volunteers, get free tea and coffee or a drink on the bar if you come and help out at an event. And we're just grateful for any support. Even if you don't want to help out or you haven't got time, buy a ticket, come and see a show. It all makes a big difference to us. Well, throughout lockdown, we repainted all the common areas of the building, so it's all virtually done now. The Roy Kemp had a nice coat of paint for its first time in about 40 years. And that was really the positive side of lockdown, because we've got Mark, the caretaker, who is a painter and decorator by trade. Bless him, he's done it all with us. We've revealed all old original tongue and groove oak panelling in some of the rooms and restored that. And the big project that we're on to now is the main hall, which is now the Leo Solomon Hall, which is something I've wanted to do for 3 or 4 years now. The sad thing is we're going to have to remove some of the originality, so I am actually taking out the cinema chairs on the ground floor. They are going up for sale, so if anybody wants a bit of nostalgia, they're more than welcome to buy a pair of chairs. They can't come in singles, they are pairs. So the plan is that they will come out, and then it will enable us to have a more flexible space, so we can have bigger events on, we can have dinner dance style events on that would attract more people, and it's more accessible with it being on the ground floor. And we can have bigger bands and orchestras and things on stage playing while those events are going on. We're also lucky enough to now have a 1853 grade 2 pipe organ that we're in the process of getting restored. We're just waiting for some grant funding. That's going to go back on the stage, so we'll have a pipe organ again here for the first time in 50 years. And then we're taking down the screens and opening up the stage again, and it is all being redecorated, so it will be a nice shiny new pin. But we are keeping the lights and we are keeping as much of the original features as we can. We just need to make it more appropriate for the future and future-proof the building. We've had Def Leppard here, we've had Hawkwind, we've had Iron Maiden. There's been quite a lot, yeah, it's quite a lot. The Solid Entertainment's brought in the late 70s, early 80s, so that's what we're trying to get it back to. And the stage as it stands, because it was built as a church and it's got the steps, what are called risers, and we haven't got wings, it does make it a little bit impractical to have big stage shows. So the plan is in some way to try and look at revamping the stage and making it so we can have wings and just making it more suitable for stage productions, because we are getting more queries for those and we do want to put them on. Sometimes the auditorium is too big for some of the touring companies, where here it would be just perfect. So that's the next stage of the plan. Obviously stage 1 is getting the stage revamped in terms of the screens down and taking the chairs out, and then that would be phase 2, but it's something that we're quite hopeful we can achieve. No, yeah, that's our bread and butter really, is all of our regular lettings and we call them tenants. They basically have long-term use of rooms. So we've got a photographer in who does portrait photography. We've also got Cast Theatre Group that are here on a Tuesday evening. We've got Pauline Quirk Academy that are here on a Saturday. We've got the Grimsby Philharmonic Society, the choir. They've been with us since 1937, so that's quite nice. We've also got Vertical Pole, which is a pole fitness group. They've got a room up on the top floor. We have the Philatelic Club, so the Stamp Club come twice a month. We've got a little railway club that come and meet here and watch films and things. We've got burlesque dancing that happens now. So there's quite a lot that goes on throughout the week, but there is still capacity for more because we've got so many rooms. We've still got availability, so if anybody wants to run a slimming world or have band practice, we can fit more people in. There's capacity. There is definitely a change. I mean, I'm Grimsby born and bred, and I've seen it go from, you know, a thriving street down to, you know, not very good, and now it's on the bounce back. What's helped is the removal of Freeman Way. And that sounds crazy because I know there's nothing there at the moment, but it just seems to have opened up the street and rejuvenated it. We've got lots of more businesses down that end, and like you say, Regal has now become a soft centre. The market is transformed fantastically, and it all does have an impact. Although we're just off Freeman Street, the success of Freeman Street, you know, impacts on the success of us, and it really is making a big difference. It's lovely to see it being vibrant again and coming back to life, and to be part of that as well. Oh, it's really exciting. We've got Radio 4 coming tomorrow night, Friday the 9th of September. They're doing Any Questions. That's the first time it's been to Grimsby, we believe, in its 74-year history. So that will be quite nice. Tickets are free for that event if anyone wants to come along. We've got some really exciting things coming up later in the month. We've got Cooper Clarke coming on the 23rd of September. That's going to be fantastic. I don't think he's been to Grimsby before either. He's been to Louth a few years ago. So that's booking fast. A week later, on the 1st of October, we've got Shaun Ryder. He's coming to do a question and answer session. There's still some VIP tickets left, so 30 lucky people will get a meet and greet with him in a small room, and just obviously get photo opportunities, get things signed. That'll happen after the show, so that's quite good. We've got our usual Christmas shows coming up, and then we've got a psychic coming up at the end of November. And we've got The Shining that's happening with us twice in October. That's a fully immersive show with Cineshow, so we're just planning for that moment. That's going to be really exciting. We're now planning for next year. We've got some great stuff scheduled for next year as well. I mean, because of the fact that it's a 1930s building, it fits completely into the era. And I can't give too much away, but literally you will be walking around this building as though you are actually in The Shining before you get to watch the film. And it just fits perfectly. I've obviously had a couple of walkthroughs with the team now, and it's so exciting. I don't want to wish time away, but I can't wait. It's going to be brilliant, really. The first night on the 14th is sold out. We've still got tickets left for the 29th of October, and I would say get booked because you're going to be in for a great night.
It's an immersive cinema show, so that means that it's more than watching a film. You'll be arriving here, which will be completely converted into a 1920s hotel. We're going to have a little bit of a tour around the hotel. Then you'll be invited to a ball, a 1920s July 4th ball that's taking place upstairs, and then we'll enter this lovely room to watch the feature. Okay, so the first night's sold out. It's sold out in less than 3 weeks. We're on our way to selling out the second night, which is the 29th of October, Halloween weekend. And we expect that one to sell out as well, but it's going to be something really unique for the area, following on from the success of Jaws that we did last year, and we also did La La Land at Grimsby Minster. This is the third big production that we're doing, so yeah, hopefully we're following on from the success of that, and it'll create a really unique night for the area. The building itself has so many different places. It's just a very quirky design and very quirky outlay that you wouldn't find in any modern architecture. Everything has to have a purpose in modern architecture. The rooms that you find here, you often find yourself saying, you know, what was this for? And you don't find an answer quite often, but it's very quirky, and I suggest like anybody come around, and if they're looking to put an event on here, come around and have a little bit of a tour and see just like the expanse and what you can do with it. If you've got a creative mind, you could put on some very, very, very unique events in this building.